James Bryant here with the Arkansas Weather Network. Good morning. It's February 5th. We've got a lot of quiet weather coming up, and after the cold start this morning, we are really warming up over the next 10 days. There's not going to be a snowstorm between now and Valentine's Day. In fact, there's going to be a lot of very, very warm days. Before we move on with the forecast, let me tell you about our partners at Splash Car Wash. There's still tons of dirt and salt all over the roads, and as the snow has melted, you need to go see our friends at Splash Car Wash. You can pay for one wash and pay that price for their unlimited plan for your first month. It's a great deal. I have done it, and I'm very, very happy with their service. You can go see them multiple times, and you'll need to with the way all this stuff has been left over from the snow. Before we move on, it's February the 5th. On this day in weather history in 2008, we had a tornado outbreak, and it's just a reminder on how our weather can change so quickly and be so bad and so violent. And on this day in 2008, we had 14 people die in tornadoes, most of those with the tornado that tracked from Yell County all the way up to Sharp County near Highland. Of course, there was another tornado near Gassville that also caused some tornado deaths. There's a couple of pictures of it, one near Atkins and then another picture of the tornado near Clinton. And before we move on, I just want to acknowledge this was the longest tracking tornado in state history, 122 miles on the ground, very, very long time. It was the tornado of the day, and I could even make the case that it was the tornado of the decade for Arkansas, unfortunately. A lot of people died, and a lot of towns along this tornado path were changed forever. There's another look at the tornado as it moved through Atkins. It is again in the distance as it got larger, and there was a picture of the tornado from Josh Smith as it approached Clinton. You can find that picture on the National Weather Service website. And then the damage was catastrophic. It was rated EF4. There's damage at Atkins, and there's the boat factory that was leveled at Clinton. Of course, a terrible, terrible night in Arkansas state history, and we hope that we don't have to go through it again anytime soon. But it is just a reminder that sometimes even winter in Arkansas gives us very, very violent weather, including tornadoes, and I'm sure that we'll see at least some tornado threat as we go through the next 4 to 6 weeks as we go into kind of our peak season. Hey, the good news is over the next 7 days, we're not expecting much. We'll have temperatures that are in the 50s. This afternoon, 54 degrees at Little Rock, and of course that's after a very chilly start in the 20s for most of us. Thankfully, it doesn't stay there, and we're really going to warm up as we get into Friday. By Friday afternoon, many of us are pushing upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Winds shift. You could see that on those streamlines there. So it's a little bit cooler on Saturday, down in the 50s. But overall, the trend over the next 7 to 10 days or so is warm. You see another shade of red added to the Climate Prediction Center map yesterday, and that just means they're more confident that it is going to be very, very warm over the next 10 days. And I have to say, I agree. There's central Arkansas temperatures through the next week and beyond. The only reason it's showing cooler temperatures next Friday, Saturday is because they think it's going to be raining. At least that model set thinks it's going to be raining. There's North Arkansas again, several cool days, or I should say warm days on the way before we cool back off. Of course, no spot will be warmer than southern Arkansas. I don't have a ton of updates for you. I do want to point out, I showed this yesterday. I posted on Facebook the drought monitor. People say, well, my yard is soaked from all the snow and sleet that we got. How are we in a drought? There's mud everywhere. Well, drought is determined over a longer period of time. So we had our winter storm and it dropped about 1 to 2 inches of liquid, but that 1 to 2 inches of liquid does not make up the deficit that we were already in from a very dry November and a very dry December, and really what has been a pretty dry January except for our winter storm. So we're still in a drought. We still need rain, even though the ground may be wet right now due to melting snow or ice. The drought conditions remain. Next week, really no changes in the data today. We're watching a little shortwave pass through here on Tuesday that could give us a quick chance of rain, but the better chances for rain come with this area of southwesterly winds aloft that give us an active storm track, and that is going to do, predictably, what you would expect warm weather in an active storm track to do in February, and that's give us chances for thunderstorms. Again, don't really expect a ton with what's headed our way Tuesday into Wednesday. Our next chance for widespread rain is probably late next week. Model data today really hinting at Friday, February 13th, a little more than a week away. So, don't put all your eggs in this basket just yet, but it looks like there's probably going to be a good chance for thunderstorms. That's a really good signal for us here in the natural state for some rain, and we certainly do need it. Typically in this setup, you could get some stronger storms, but again, this far out, it's just really too early to see if all the factors are going to line up. So there's your next 7 days. Small chances for rain next Tuesday, Wednesday, and cooler for your Thursday, cooler for your Saturday. It'll be pretty chilly at night the next few nights, but generally warming up, and we're back close to the upper 60s on Saturday and Sunday.